Hey again. I wanted to talk to you guys about planting and planting depth and seeds. So this would be a good example, a good time to talk to you guys about that, because we're going to plant two different kind of seeds in this bed. Right along the fence line, we are going to plant some sugar snap peas that are going to crawl, vining peas that crawl up the fence line. And then out in the front, we're going to plant arugula, which is, it's a salad green. It's a little spicy. It grows real fast, and it's a nice thing to plant right now because it's so fast and early, and you can have salad greens in about 3 weeks. So, first thing you need to think about when you're going to plant is, how big are the seeds? So arugula are tiny, tiny little seeds. You see those? And the peas we're going to plant, you guys probably know how big pea seeds are. They're quite a bit bigger, right? Some of them are about 1/2 inch in diameter. So the trick with seeds and planting depth, how deep to plant them in the soil, how much soil to cover over them, is the rule is it's half the length of the seed, and some seeds are round, so it's just half the diameter of the seed, double the diameter of the seed is how deep you want to plant it. So if you have a pea seed that's 1/2 inch in diameter, that means you want to plant it 1 inch down. It's got 1 inch of soil covering it. All right. Now an arugula seed, I don't even know how small that is, but it's teeny tiny. You double that and it's still pretty small. That's how much soil you're going to cover it with, right? So the reason that you want to do that is because a big seed has more energy. You can plant it deeper, and it has enough energy to send a sprout up through that soil and make it up into the light with enough energy to spare until it makes leaves and starts growing and producing its own energy. A tiny little seed, it doesn't have enough energy to go from 1 inch down and sprout all the way up, right? It can only go through 1/4 inch of soil. So the bigger the seed, the deeper you plant it, the smaller the seed, the shallower you plant it. And you want to know that before you make your holes or your furrows. Now, if I were at the school, I would have the proper tool for the job, which is a V-hoe. It's a long hoe with a V-shaped metal part on the end. I don't have that, so I'm going to use a broken hickory stick, because one rule of farming is you work with what you got, and it's about the practical use of the thing, not how much you paid for it. Okay, so I'm going to make a row for my peas. You can come say hi. I'm doing a video for my class. So what I'm looking for when I make this furrow is I want the pea to sit in there just deep enough so that when I drop the seed in there and then cover it back over and make it flat, there's about 1 inch of soil on top of that pea. And that's pretty much what you're going to do with every plant when you're planting it in a furrow, depending on how deep you're going to plant it. Now, my pea seeds, they go in about every inch. Nature isn't absolutely exact, so I'm not, but you can be if you want to. So now you see, they're just sitting in the bottom of the furrow. Now all I got to do, cover them over, make that furrow flat, pat it down so the soil's got good contact with the seed, and now they're about 1 inch down, right where they're supposed to be, right? Now for the arugula, we're doing the same thing, except we're going to do a much shallower furrow, right? And when I cover it with soil, you're going to see I cover it with even less. When I plant arugula, I like to plant it kind of thick. I tend to do 5 to 10 seeds per inch. If you want to learn this takes a little bit of practice, but there's a rolling action. I'm rolling the seed out of my finger so it kind of comes out evenly like that. Okay, so then when I cover this, I delicately tickle the soil on either side. Just like that. And if you look, you can see from the side, this is where the seed is. This is where the seed is sitting in the furrow. And then right here, it's covered with only about a 1/2 inch of real loose soil. And by the time I pat it out, that ends up being about a 1/4 inch of soil sitting on top of all those little tiny seeds. So they're not buried too deep and they can sprout right out. All right, so that's in a nutshell, seed size and planting depth.